Hello one and all, and welcome back to RWBY Discussions. I am the Max Few Trades. With me, as always, is...
You're only made because, well, reasons.
Exactly, and I think that might be the first time since we started doing that where we didn't botch the intro in some way. Huzzah!
What intro aside from hello one and all?
Yeah, that's true. Regardless, the point of the matter is we're here to talk about RWBY again, surprisingly, I know. But... Volume 6, Episode 10, Stealing from the Elderly. Best title of any episode in the series. I think we can all agree.
Absolutely.
Because I don't think they've ever had just a full-on joke title for an episode.
Okay, they must have, I just can't remember.
Exactly, which means this is the funniest one. Anything you want to say before we just start talking about it?
Well, considering what happens in this episode... Audience, prepare for me to potentially get really angry.
He has a problem. Anyway, the episode opens up, and there's this lady, and she's looking around. She's probably just a background character, but people are speculating that it's Neo. And, I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I am going to say that that's more than most likely not the case.
Yeah, but, I mean, I'm not going to rule it out, because we know that Cinder and Neo, they know where RWBY and Co are. And, you know... Neo can disguise herself, so it's not impossible.
It just seems stupid.
But, yeah, just saying unlikely.
Regardless. Okay, so, at the end of the last episode, John's like, yo, let's go steal some stuff. And everyone's all like, yeah, that sounds freaking awesome, let's do that. So they're enacting their plan. And the first team is the team of Weiss and Saffron, of all people, because I guess she's also helping. I didn't realize that she would have gotten brought into this.
Yeah, but... I mean, she plays quite the right part, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. She's very good at her job.
Yeah.
So, Weiss is, you know, quote-unquote, going back to Atlas like it ain't no thing.
Yeah.
And she has her scarf on. Remember that she has the scarf. Because the next time you see her, she will not have the scarf, and I will be confused. Where does she put it? She has no pockets!
She needs to talk into about the red scarf.
Exactly.
I know someone with a red scarf that could give her that talk.
Indeed. So, Tweedledee and Tweedledum are like, yo, give us that giant heavy-ass bag. And she's like, nah.
Yeah. I do want to point out, I love Weiss's face when she's about to go on board the plane, and it's like, yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, Weiss does not like her family.
No one likes her family.
Exactly. Even Winter. She's kind of rude.
Yeah, I mean, she's, like, the lesser of all evils.
I'm just saying, when Winter is the most loving member of your family, like, damn. I get there's a lot of cold puns with this gal, but come on now.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much mentioned in the manga, like, Winter's the only family member that Weiss has, like, a real, like, good relationship with. And
that's, you know, with some quotation marks around it.
Yeah, though we don't see what...
She still throws Beowulfs at her.
It's for training.
Yeah, but it's still very malicious.
Wait, she can make them disintegrate with just...
That's besides the point. It was not very kind. She also hit her once, and I didn't like that either. Because she was happy. It's like, Weiss, how dare you be happy? Slap.
I mean... yeah.
Thank you, and good night. So anyway, as Weiss is struggling to keep her bag for reasons, apparently, we learned that, Saffron's baby can just do whatever it feels like.
Yeah, just cry on command.
Because here's the thing, most babies cannot do that.
Yeah, which goes back into something we discussed before. Remnant's babies are way smarter than ours.
Yeah, they have to be, because it understands instructions, and yet it can't walk. So...
Speak.
So, yeah, so it's like, okay, just as we practice. And then the damn baby, like, nods to them and like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that. And just starts screaming, and she's got, like, a sonic wail. It's like Black Canary up in here.
Yeah, I think that was just for audience.
No!
Effects.
That's his semblance. He screamed good.
Or that, yeah, I'm good with either, really.
Exactly. Anyway, crazy-ass baby being crazy. And Tweedledee and Tweedledum, as I don't think they actually have names, are like, baby! And they go over.
We'll just call them that. Like, we must cheer up the crying child.
And do more weird poses. tiny, crazy old... Oh, wow, he did a handstand really fast. All right, props to that.
Yeah.
Crazy tiny old lady is, she's suspicious, but she decides to leave. And then it is revealed that the bag is heavy because it's keeping an entire tiny woman inside.
Yep.
That was that was plan 1. Commandeer the thingy. And step 2 is, I don't know, hang on, I gotta like zoom forward a little bit. Step 2 is Blake and Yang, because of course it's them. They drive off and you gotta disable all that communication nonsense. And the person who works for that communication tower is like, this never happened.
And I like how it goes to, oh, don't worry, this isn't the first time I've had to disable Atlas security, and then it's just silence.
It's just,
never happened.
Why would you do this? So I guess Yang was solely just the transportation for Blake.
I guess, but also backup in case things went south.
I guess, and well, luckily, you know, she was there, but that's besides the point. And Yang's like, "You sure I'm not supposed to go with you?" And she's all like,
okay,
"Sorry, Yang.
I want to say
you can't stealth."
No, I love this interaction so much.
Why?
It's just like when Blake was saying, "Look, more intruders going in means we'll get spotted more. Besides, stealth isn't really a," and then has that face.
Yeah.
When
it's fun seeing it's fun
just that. Oh, I mean, you're great.
Yeah.
And I'll be right back.
It's fun seeing Blake emote.
Yeah.
You know, she used to be a lot more neutral at all times. She's feeling emotions much more strongly these days, or at least is showing them more.
I love that.
Like there weren't a lot of scenes of her being like embarrassed or scared, stuff like that. So anyway, off she goes, and absolutely nothing wrong happens.
I will, like... Okay, honestly, like, yeah, I agree with Blake. Stealth, not Yang's, strongest area.
Do you remember the yellow trailer and how stealthy she was? In that she punched people until she got information she wanted, and then when she got it, she punched everyone else.
Because, you know, that's stealth.
It's stealthy. It's just not very good. Anyway, Crow's being a grumpadump. He is the worst.
Still.
Anyway, so the plane takes off, and Weiss is like, well, guess I gotta go beat up some dudes. And then she does. We don't get to see it, because, as we all know, Weiss never gets to do anything cool on screen. At all, ever.
She will.
No, she won't. I've lost hope. Regardless, supposedly, she beats him up and throws him out. And they have a parachute, so they're probably fine.
Probably.
Well, I mean, one of them kind of fell off, but he grabbed the leg. It's cool.
Yeah.
Weiss only shows
anything deadly in the water when they get there. So.
Yeah, Weiss shows minimal amounts of regret for having done that, but moves on rather quickly.
As you do.
And Maria decides, I'm gonna fly this thing. It's like, how you do that? You blind. And she's all like, tip, tap, plugs a USB port into her face. I'm in. And she is the plane.
They just have that whole, don't even.
But it's so cute. I like Weiss's hair physics. Her ponytail. It goes all over the place. It's like wangle dangle. It's adorable. Sorry. I got distracted.
So, everything seems good.
Yep, everything goes without a hitch.
Then all of a sudden, oh, the radar's not down.
Mm-hmm.
Weiss and Maria get spotted.
Yep.
And
as it turns out, Blake failed. Just like she always does. Ha ha. Anyway, so yeah, the people find them and they're like, okay, so we should probably talk to these people. And it's like, yo, don't worry. I know how to talk about things. And then she does. She does a very good job with her weird-ass jargon. Unfortunately, she is an old person, and those don't normally fly jets.
It doesn't even attempt to disguise her voice.
Well, I mean, how could you, really?
True.
Regardless, it fails.
I still like a joke I decided to make with that scene in my reaction. It's just referencing Star Wars. Like, oh, we had a slight weapons malfunction, but everything's alright. We're all okay. We're fine. Here. Now. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah.
I would have laughed if that worked.
I mean, it's possible. Regardless, Weiss said, I thought you knew what you were doing. And it's like, no. It's like, there, they got me there. You really shouldn't have let me fly this thing. And then she eats cashews. Out of spite.
I love that scene, though. It's like, Cordovan, like, yelling at her, saying, "Oh, I'm from Atlas. I'm mighty. You do what I say. Blah, 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 blah." And then,
Where did she even
Maria's
get... Where did she even get those?
Yeah. So, then Maria's eating cashew nuts, the thing that got her, like, on some
no-fly list. Yeah.
Yeah, the no-fly list. And it's just like, oh, you hear that? That's the sound of me not caring.
So yeah, this is a pretty good old lady. I like her. I'm glad she's part of the cast.
Love that moment.
Now here's the thing, though.
That is my favorite Maria moment.
Yeah, and she's only been around for one season. So here's the thing. I never bring these things up because I never notice them. But because I paused at an exact perfect moment, I realized an animation error.
Oh. Send it to me.
Oh, okay, sure. I gotta print the screen there. Okay. Basically, as I'm setting it up so you can see it, is that as Weiss is arguing with Maria about how bad she is or what they're doing, see if... Oh, that wasn't what I wanted. Whoa, what am I doing with my life? There we go. Okay. See if you can... You gotta look towards the belt. You gotta look towards Weiss's belt.
Okay.
The belt she wear. And now I gotta find Twitter! Ah! All because you asked me to send it to you.
Oh, because now I'm curious.
Yeah, I bet you are. It's a real minor thing, too. It's just, I noticed it, so... And... Okay, boom! Her little sashy dealy goes through the belt.
Oh, yeah.
And it slides back in and everything's fine. Mild animation error. You got called out, Rooster Teeth Animation Department. This one tiny mistake has invalidated all of the good you've done.
I mean, that happens, and I've noticed it in previous volumes, too.
Well, yeah, I know, but that, you know, they got a higher budget now. Regardless.
Still, the animation is perfect. Like, hey, you remember those live-action CGI Stuart Little movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, the end of Stuart Little 2, they didn't put Stuart in the final scene.
Oops.
He's just gone.
Bummer.
I never noticed that until this like reviewer I found on YouTube pointed out.
Well, that's an incredibly random thing to bring up given the circumstances.
I'm just saying animation errors happen.
I know, anyway, moving on. Blake is dead, so she can't do the tower thingy.
Done.
So Yang is like, I'm gonna go check that out, make sure, you know, what's going on. And you see, the thing is, Crow has decided that he's gonna be a big bag of crybaby again. Going, wah, my powers are so awful, they're making everything worse, I shouldn't be here. And Ruby's like, dude, shut the hell up.
Yeah, I like Ruby for that.
I like Ruby a lot, she's a good person.
Yeah.
And I don't like Crow very much. To be honest, I've never been a big fan of Crow, ever. This just isn't helping.
Yeah. Okay, we talked about this from RWBY Rewind, like, before we started recording. Like, they had this theory on Crow's semblance, on how it could work differently. Like, he brings misfortune, what if that's just because of his outlook on the world? Like, everything sucks, everything is bad, all I do is bring misfortune, which, I mean, is technically true, but besides the point, what if, for a change, he was more positive? And then all of a sudden he starts bringing good luck.
I mean, that would be a lot better. It would make sense, seeing as how he seems to at least be partially miserable all the time, no matter what.
Yeah, so, hey, Crow.
So maybe it's one of them
self-fulfilling
self-fulfilling prophecies and what have you. Anyway, so Crazy Old Lady has a Crazy Old Lady robot.
Yeah.
It has no head.
I guess this is the preview for Genlock.
Nay. And she's all like, I'm gonna show everybody how safe they are, as she storms around in a giant Gundam.
Yeah, that's not gonna make people panic and bring Grim, is it?
And then she decides, alright then, fine. You told a fib to us. I'm going to murder all of you. And that really does seem to be what she's attempting to do.
Yeah. And then they calling Blake. She's not answering.
Yeah, no, yeah, Blake is dead.
Steps on, don't.
She died. I saw her. It happened. Okay, fine. She's not dead. It's just Adam. He's here. He murdered some people. He's murdering people, and she's trying to not get murdered.
Yeah.
He has a blindfold on. I don't know why.
There are theories about that. We could go into them.
Quick question. Actually, no, not quick question. Quick factoid. Blake. Okay, so Yang hallucinated when she saw Adam, but Blake didn't. She actually did see him.
Yeah, I heard that. Like, I heard this theory. Someone brought that up, and I was like, you know what? Because of the weird hood, maybe. Because why go through the doing that for just the one hallucination?
Regardless, it was definitely probably him.
Yeah, because turns out he's been stalking Blake.
Well, I mean, that's not surprising. He's kind of a weirdo.
Yeah,
and
so long for her to be away from her friends.
Oh yeah, she waiting specifically for her to not be around other people so he could, be as creepy, deepy as he could.
So much of Adam, just all of my hate.
Yeah, so you throw some sword beams, and Blake's upset. You can tell she's not happy because her kitty ears get all floppy.
Yeah, even like shooing at him, yelling, "Leave me alone!" And
what I find interesting is...
a few things I want to touch on. One that gets me irritated. One that might cheer me up a bit.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so the thing that gets me irritated, we'll start with the negative first.
Okay.
So, Adam's all, why'd you have to come into my life and ruin everything?
Yeah.
And I stand by Blake on this. She wanted nothing to do with him. She was just going about her business, doing her own thing, and he stalks her across the planet.
I just realized. When Blake falls over, she lands on her butt. What kind of cat are you?
I've seen that all over the place.
That's not a kitty thing. Kitties land on their feet. You failed.
Regardless.
Bad kitty.
Anyway, I'll go into this later, but I so want Adam dead.
Yeah, he's probably going to.
Please.
The most common consensus is that Yang is going to run him over with her bike.
Yeah, we can go into that later, but...
but here's the thing I noticed that's confused.
The fight.
It's about the fight. They're fighting on even footing.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened to Blake defeating him in a single blow? Just thunk. Later, nerd. Now he's able to, like, start dodging and dipping and diving and hitting and slicing and all that gargantuan nonsense?
Well, there was also what happened in Volume 3.
I don't even remember that.
Adam kind of just, like, takes her down easily and then stabs her.
That's true. Fight consistency is kind of weird in this show. Okay, now, as much as I don't like Adam, and you're right to not, the fact that his sword ejected and decked Blake in the face was kind of funny. And he just catches it. Because that's just a cool move.
I'll give him that, but...
Okay, that's all I'm asking. I'm not saying anything else about him. Just the fact that that particular move in a combat situation is cool.
Also, how dare you use it on Blake?
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Either way,
anyway,
they chop, chippity chop, then they fall off a tower and hit a bunch of trees.
Wait. Before that, stuff happens in the fight, and... Wait, there's a certain frame there, zoom in. Oh. We get a shot of our ass. I'm happy.
They hit a bunch of trees and hit the ground. Blake messes up, doesn't land on her feet again because she's a bad cat. They argue for a little bit, and they're like, alright, fine, it's time to do some murder, and then the episode ends. Thank you for joining us, and we're all done. Goodbye.
Hey, after some of your jokes, I needed that.
My jokes are good! Your jokes are sad.
Anyway, this episode made me mad.
This episode was good, but short.
Yeah, it was good, but just the Adam stuff. Ugh.
Well, I mean, he had to show up eventually, otherwise they gotta end that subplot somehow.
Yeah, honestly, like, with how everything's set up, this has to be the end of Adam.
I mean,
like,
probably.
Be,
otherwise, why would they bring him back now?
What else is there even for him to do?
No, nothing, because there is no White Fang anymore. He's just a lone crazy dude.
There's no White Fang. He's practically not even working for Salem anymore, and even if he goes back, he's gonna die.
Yeah, so...
Because Salem's whole thing, if you put your ideals before my own, they'll be lost to you.
And the thing is...
Well, what's Adam been doing?
At this point, and I feel like it's pretty safe to... I'm pretty sure that it's safe to assume that there's not going to be a peaceful...
Hello?
What? 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 Oh, you can't hear me. Dang it! Anyway...
Okay, Jesus. I could not hear you.
Yeah, I know. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
We're talking about the odds are that Adam should die.
Oh, right. Okay, because I'm pretty sure a peaceful, resolution isn't on the table anymore. Either, which means someone has to die, and odds are it won't be Blake. So...
It should be Adam.
I mean, he's either going to die on screen, or he's going to get his ass kicked, and he's going to run away and get killed by something else.
Either way, as long as I see him die on screen, I'm good.
Okay, yes, we have established. You have a very disturbing brain. I get this.
Hell, I've seen people speculate about this, like, him dying in a way similar to Gaston in Beauty and the Beast, does something to cause his own death, which I think would be appropriate if he's, just pushed by all his rage, anger, and whatnot.
You could say he's blind with rage.
Yeah, I've seen people say that, and I love it.
I mean, I don't know. It makes as much sense as anything else at this point. Regardless, I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume that whatever subplot that involves Adam in any capacity is probably going to be ending in the next couple episodes.
It honestly should. I've seen some people say, oh, maybe there's a possible redemption for Adam.
Lies! Lies, slander, and slanderous lies. That's impossible. It's never gonna happen. And anybody who says it is a liar.
Yeah, and honestly, just from this episode, he's made it clear he doesn't want to do anything except stalk Blake.
So, if he's just gonna be creepy forever, he's probably gonna have to go.
And honestly, if he dies, then maybe Blake and Yang can really, move on.
That would be nice.
With their lives, and
maybe
not have the constant fear that Adam might show up again.
Or maybe they could have a new character trait, or arc, that could happen, and that doesn't involve him. Because let's be honest, they've been kind of... I mean, this has pretty much been their entire story for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah. Oh, some people have pointed this out, and I never realized this until just before we started recording.
Yeah.
Some of the lyrics for Armed and Ready, and that's all about Yang's rematch with Adam, which is probably coming.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of lyrics. My eyes are open wide. I'm racing to her side.
Huh, well, there you go.
So, hey.
Hit him with a bike.
Yeah, please.
Hit him with a bike.
And honestly, that will go into the stealth thing. Stealth isn't really your strong suit. All of a sudden, just boom with the bike.
It's like, hey, what do you know? You were right. I am bad at that.
But hey, it worked out because Adam got hit in the face with a bike, and it was great.
It would be wonderful, yes. And I guess the only thing left to talk about is, and this time I'm going to do it, RWBY Rewind. They showed a little bit of the next episode. Nothing really happens because that's kind of the whole shtick. Basically, crazy lady's all like, "I'm in a giant robot and I'm gonna murder everybody," and everyone's all like,
"This feels weird," and
everyone's gonna be like, "Nah, don't do that." And then she tries to shoot them with a missile, and RWBY shoots the missile out. Weiss is like, "Yo, dive bomb this sucker." So they do, and she jumps out and she blocks a different thingy with a wall of rock,
which was cool.
I mean, nothing we haven't seen her do before.
Still. Like, Weiss saves everyone.
I feel like they probably would have been okay.
We'll never know.
I mean, I gotta say, with, I mean, you know, Adam and Blake, when they fell down all of those tree branches and stuff, neither of them lost their aura. If it were Weiss, I think she would have lost her aura.
Also fell off the whole communication tower. I kind of want to, like... I was actually thinking of talking to a friend about, like exactly how much they would have withstanded from that. Like, figure out how tall the communication tower is.
Hitting the branches would have definitely hurt.
Yeah, that would have hurt a lot. And then hitting the ground ultimately as well.
Thud. It wouldn't have been so bad if she landed on her feet, but apparently... she's bad at Cat B.
Well, she was being choked just beforehand.
So, that's 2 falls and 2 lands. She lands on her butt, and then she just lands on her face. That's not what cats do.
Well, she's only part cat.
That should be more than enough.
Racist.
You're a racist.
As you've called me many times.
Yes, because of your racism.
Yeah, well, I'm calling you out this time.
That's not how this. That's not how this works.
Tough.
How dare you?
Anyway, so the whole fandom is saying Weiss is the avatar of this series.
I mean, not really.
She has control over all the elements from what we've seen.
Yeah, but so does everybody.
Yeah, I know, but
it's just dust.
I mean, Weiss uses them more.
Yeah, that's kind of her thing, because her family, like, mines the stuff.
Plus, combining with her glyphs, so she can do a whole lot more with it.
Fire glyph! Achoo!
Like, launch fireballs at some fools.
Yeah, that's true. It's some pretty good times. Anything else to talk about, or are we actually done?
Well, I did see some people talk about, like, with the electric cannon from the mech.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if Nora absorbs that?
Man, that's just something Nora does all the time now. I find it highly suspicious just how often electricity happens to hit Nora.
I think they just do, like, elemental stuff because it looks cool.
I get that, it's just... I feel like she gets hit with electric attacks very conveniently often.
Yeah.
And the one time it wasn't convenient, RWBY just shot her with an electric shot.
Yeah.
Like, boing!
I mentioned this before we started recording. I want to look into RWBY shooting that missile with a sniper rifle.
She's a good shot.
Yeah, because I've looked up how fast missiles in the military are.
And the answer was somewhat.
RWBY aimed her sniper accurate enough, fired a shot, and took it out.
And shot a dirty look at Crazy Old Lady.
Yeah, so RWBY has some killer aim.
She's very good at her job. Well, I mean, considering her weapon is a scythe combination sniper rifle, she kind of has to have good aim. Otherwise, what's the point of having a sniper rifle?
Very true.
If you can't aim that thing, it's useless.
Yeah, something another Rooster Teeth character should have kept in mind.
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah, he's dead now.
Yeah, it happens. Anything else?
Last thing I'll say on Adam, if he doesn't die by the end of this volume, I'm jumping into Remnant, finding him and killing him myself.
Well, I don't know how that's possible. As you see, he does not exist, and this show's universe is not a place you can simply go to.
It was a joke if I could. I even have a plan!
We don't need to go into your hypothetical plan to murder a fictional character. I think everyone is already mildly concerned with your mental state as is.
Alright, but point is, please kill him, Rooster Teeth.
It'll happen eventually. Better people than him have died. They'll do it. Alright then.
Still, we're at least getting Blake and Yang versus Adam, and that should be cool.
It should be. We'll hope.
Yeah. We know that Taurus, like, Adam's a bull faunus, all that stuff. But No, I like what the fan base is going with, and I kind of agree with it now.
Hmm.
He's not a bull faunus, he is in fact a goat faunus.
He is very stubborn.
And also, if you look at bull horns, they're completely different.
Yeah, those are definitely more goatish.
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna get bees versus a goat.
No, it's a dragon and a cat versus a goat. There are no bees involved.
Fine, cat and dragon.
Thank you.
Versus
Goat.
goat.
Goats! So, it was a shorter episode this week, but it was a short episode to talk about.
Yeah, we can still talk about like, some speculations. Oh! I know one thing I was gonna talk about. Unfortunately, it's animal-related, though.
Ah, I'm tired of that, though.
Well, this is a tiny... Like, alright, something I love about...
Get it out of the way.
RWBY fans is... They can find, like, the tiniest detail in scenes, and it is unbelievable.
True.
Here's a couple shots of Adam's, bandana thing.
Hey, he has got some eyes under there.
Yeah, you
oh,
can see
yeah, there's like a scar. Maybe he ate his own eyes.
Here's another view.
Okay.
So,
oh yeah, there are definitely scars sticking out of that thing.
yeah. So
I guess
maybe
the long time running theory that he was the beauty and Blake was the beast was incorrect.
I'm pretty sure that was never the
Says you. Any other speculative nonsense you wish to throw around before we go?
Yang's gonna hit Adam with the bike, and it's gonna be awesome.
Hell yeah! See you next week.
Bye.